What's up, everybody? You're watching Let's Talk here with Feed the Addiction Gaming. If you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about some Rwby while playing some Rwby Grimm Eclipse. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the heck is a Let's Talk? I've never heard of that before. Well, a Let's Talk is something I came up with a few weeks ago, kind of the reason and the basis of this channel. It's where I talk about a particular subject, event, anything really, while playing a game that may or may not be related to whatever it is I'm talking about. Yeah, in today's case, it happens to be, since this is a game based on the anime we're going to be talking about today. So, without keeping you waiting, I think I'll just get my general feelings about the anime Rwby out of the way. They're generally positive. Well, not even generally, mostly. The vast majority of them positive. Anything I am critical about, I'm critical about, in a constructive way that, I want the show to get better. It's not, I'm looking for reasons not to like it. I'm looking for reasons and, ways where the show can get better. So, yeah. Today's video is mostly going to be sort of how I was introduced to this show myself. Because I think it's definitely, something unique as it, comes to me. And, maybe others. And, it speaks to maybe the quality and the type of show, that this is. So, I'm not really, necessarily a fan of anime in general. Now, not to say that I dislike it, more, it's just I don't like it. With, exception to Rwby, I don't watch any other animes, and, just in general, this is, purely my own personal, opinion and taste. I find that in general, I don't like, Asian, that sort of broad term, just entertainment in general, especially like, anime and, video games. I just, something about the style and presentation and kind of how they play, it just never really clicked for me. So, you may be wondering, if I don't like anime at all, how did I find this anime? And, I think it's a fairly, well, not maybe typical, but, I found it through, the Rooster Teeth side of it. The, the company that produces it, makes it, whatever. I was a fan of them. In the grand scheme of things, I haven't even been a fan of them for that long. Maybe a couple of years, but and I'd been watching their stuff for maybe a year, and I had seen Rwby, in little, beginnings of the videos, ends of the videos, and I could clearly see that it was an anime, and I really had no. Actually, I had started to get annoyed by them because, I didn't like animes, and I just, I didn't want the thing at the end of the video or the beginning showing something that I had no interest in. But actually knowing nothing about the series, I was just, there wasn't anything, no shows or movies that I was interested at the time. And I guess, I got bored just, surfing through YouTube. And, I decided to, give it a shot, see what it's about. I liked, pretty much all of the stuff Rooster Teeth is a part of, so I thought, you know what, might as well. So, yeah, started watching it from the beginning. I started watching the show in between, or when the show was in between its third and fourth season. Or no, it was maybe 4 or 5. I can't exactly remember. Yeah, so anyways, I started, episode 1, volume 1, and it probably wasn't until, I don't know specifically, but like episode 7 or 8 where I was really, sold on the show. That was going to be something that I, continued watching. And, that's probably, I would say if you aren't sold by the show by then, you're probably not going to be sold on it. Maybe, if any of you watched, the first season, but then, didn't really like it, for maybe, technical reasons that, the animations, and especially in the first season, aren't especially good. They're decent. They're definitely sufficient, I should say. I would say anything that, is wrong on a technical level is mostly fixed in the second season. Definitely by the third, and by the fourth and the fifth, they, at least on a technical level, have everything down to a, pretty high quality level. Yeah. So, was it 2 summers ago? I started watching it. I think I finished the entire series up to that point in like, I want to say like 2 weeks. So I watched it fairly quickly, and then I kind of stopped watching it. I think after the 4th season, I stopped kind of paying attention to it until right before the 5th season, the current one at this time. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, and I know this video was a little bit, maybe light on, specifics about it, and, definitely look out for later episodes where I will be, getting into more, specific things about the show that I think are worthy to talk about, and maybe, definitely, if you're watching this without, for some reason watching this without having seen the show or seen anything of it, I would definitely recommend watching the show and then coming back to these videos. They're definitely, I definitely, won't be shy about talking about spoilers in it, and, just in general, I won't really be, holding your hands through, whichever subjects I'm talking about. I'll be, talk about them in a manner that I'm assuming you, the viewer, are familiar with what I'm talking about. Some of the subjects that I plan on talking about come to mind. I plan on doing a video about, the four main characters themselves. What I like, what I dislike about them. Stuff like that. Then I plan on doing one where I kind of go through each of the 5 seasons at this point. Kind of, my opinions of them. My critiques. And apart from that, anything that really comes to mind, I'll probably make a video about. Probably do a kind of like a personal theories of mine video. Then, there are certain specific critiques I have about it that I plan to make, and then I'll do probably be a video specifically about season 5 and kind of my thoughts about it, because at the point of this recording, there's only one more day until the last episode of the season, volume, whatever. So especially season 5, I think, for me, there's a lot to talk about. So without further ado, look out for those videos. Yeah. This has been episode 1 of Rwby Let's Talk. Stay tuned for more episodes. Adios. Bye.